Judge wants her jailed, but 10 pit bulls stop everything.
By signing that waiver, you will be giving up your right to have a preliminary examination in this matter, and the matter bound over to circuit court.
Yes, I do.
And the language says, I, Pablo Pena, voluntarily waive my right to a preliminary examination and understand that I will be bound over to the circuit court on the charges and the complaint and warrant. And that's what you signed?
Yes,
All right, thank you. Oh, good, I needed those. All right, thanks. As of March 17th, you have a valid license. Well, what did you run me around the P-patch for?
I'm not all there this morning. I apologize.
You're not even a very good liar. You couldn't even remember the name of the person or what they were. But according to this, as of today, you have a valid license.
Yes.
You still got a bunch of unpaid stuff, but sometimes it's easier to lie than tell the truth. So you just did the first instinct that you had. But I can't find you in contempt for driving to court because you have a valid license. I didn't like the fact that you lied to me 3 times, but so I guess I don't need to do anything else with that. It's set for sentencing on April 26th. I'll see you at that time. All right, your felony case is bound over to circuit court. Will be set for a pre-exam or status conference sometime probably this summer. But don't get in any more trouble. I said that when we started. You said you weren't going to come see me for a while, so.
I got a job now, so.
All right. How about if you don't come back for a while? All right, so we finished all of our cases but one. We just went right from arraignments into pre-exam conferences. I believe we've taken care of everybody that's in custody, out of custody. And we had one defendant that got here a little after Ms. Strong had started talking to everybody else. Also, we had a pretrial, Mr. Stephen Higgins, who was sitting in here. He came in like he thought he was supposed to. Hopefully they could get somebody to see him from the prosecutor's office. He was going to bring in proof of insurance and license and probably get his case resolved, hopefully. Anyway, the case that's left is People versus Jody Lynette Wood. That's you. The file here is 252390FY. You're here with your lawyer, Ms. Casey Strong. Also present is Joshua Robert, from Chief Assistant from the Prosecutor's Office. And you're charged with possession of methamphetamine. The file number 2390. Let's look at this one. The complaint alleges that you possessed methamphetamine on August 3rd in Lockport Township. That would be July 3rd. What does the complaint say? Complaint says August 3rd. The affidavit says July 3rd. Fairchild Road. With a couple of dogs. I've seen you walking your dogs out there. They're pit bulls, weren't they?
Yeah, they're pit bull, and then one's like probably this big. He drugged me down the road a couple of different times this summer. So I learned to walk them one at a time.
All right, they took you to the hospital. And they found some methamphetamine in your possession as the allegation. Prosecutors agreed to dismiss the felony charge. Is that correct, Mr. Robert, for at least a use of meth?
Yes, Your Honor. And it might be a no contest plea, which we have no objection to.
Yeah, we're asking for a no contest plea based on the fact that she was having emotional issue and was later taken to the hospital following the incident.
All right. All right. So let's break this down. They're dismissing the felony charge punishable by up to 10 years imprisonment for a plea to a misdemeanor charge of use of methamphetamine. Use of methamphetamine is a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $2,000. Do you understand the charge? All right. Now, by pleading no contest to this, you don't admit what happened, but you also don't deny what happened, and you would allow or accept that a conviction would enter. Do you understand? And you've signed this document giving up your rights and to have a trial and all the rights that go with it. Do you understand you're giving up your right to have a trial by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Anybody threaten you to get you to plead to this? Promise you anything?
No.
Now, by pleading no contest, you don't admit what happened, but you also don't deny what happened, and you would allow or accept that a conviction would enter. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So I'll use the police report or the affidavit of probable cause for a factual basis. Now, you were walking your dogs. Was this at about the time that George threw you out of the house?
His parents, because it's his parents' house,
Yes,
they were,
yes.
but they did, I never came to court or anything, so I don't understand how they,
All right, but anyway, you were living in the house, then you weren't there anymore.
yeah, we split up for about 3 years. And I, was staying over on US 12, and, we got back together and just, we've had so many
Where do you live now?
right there.
On Freese Road? After all the effort to get you out of there, you're all back in the same house?
Well, he stays at his mom's and has basically all his stuff at his mom's. And I stay at the trailer by myself with 10 dogs. And
Let's keep it on track. Yeah,
No, I'm interested in this
yeah, but,
because if I put her in jail, she got 10 dogs.
yep,
She has a previous use of methamphetamine charge from 2024 and she hasn't paid the fine and costs. If I gave her a methamphetamine test today, it would be positive. She's got all these pit bulls in that trailer terrorizing the neighborhood, and I don't know what to do with her. All right, this was way back in July, Miss Wood. And this would have been, I guess, 6 o'clock at night. And they were concerned about you, so they came out. Did you have some sort of anxiety attack or something?
Yeah.
And then they took you by ambulance to the hospital.
yes, and I got a couple other ones too also, and then when I was just in jail for this warrant, I had an anxiety attack when I was in there too.
All right, so that much we can get with your memory, but they did a search of your backpack and they found a baggie with some small amount of methamphetamine residue in it. Okay, now I got to figure out what to do. You have the 2024 use of methamphetamine that you haven't paid the fine, $330. You've also got a retail fraud ordinance case, 25296. Let's look at that one. That's a civil infraction ticket where they allege that in February of last year, you did a retail fraud at Walmart. You didn't answer it, and they entered a default on the civil infraction, and you owe $250, and then it goes up. You had a disorderly conduct under ordinance in 24. That earlier meth case. You had a retail fraud second, which was also Walmart. All right, in that earlier meth case, you got arrested. They were looking for somebody else and they arrested you because you had we got rid of the disorderly person, and then I didn't do a PR bond. Let's see what finally happened. Pleaded use of meth. Dismissed disorderly person. I did a judgment. Ordered 21 days, credit 12, leaving 9 days to serve, and a fine with a payment plan with your other unpaid cases. So you got out of jail and never paid anything on the payment plan. So that was in the date of the conviction was May 13th. So you got out of jail and shortly thereafter in July, you're still using methamphetamine. And I suspect you're still using it today. I don't know what to do with you. Do you have any source of income?
I've got a lawyer for SSI and they're taking it for an appeal. And I'm waiting to hear back from them. I've been going to community mental health for 14 years and this stuff, you know the Wood family, so stuff that's been going on with me and him is just, that's really worked on me hard.
I put you in jail right now for about 30 days just to dry you out. I don't know how you would afford the dogs, and I don't know how you afford to continue to buy methamphetamine. And you're just killing yourself. But if I did that, I'd have these 10 pit bulls locked in that trailer by themselves. What are they doing for you at Pivotal? Are you on any medications?
I'm on like 7 or 8 different medicines.
And you take them as prescribed?
Yeah.
Well, mixing methamphetamine with them isn't a good plan. Right, just nullifies everything that they're supposed to do. We sent you several notices about the payment plan. You did call in August and ask about it, but then we never heard from you again. 1 million days in jail is probably too long. Let's find a place to put this. I don't really, a pre-sentence might help, but I don't know what they're going to tell me that I can't figure out myself. Casey, we just scheduled you for April 1st, didn't we?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you a drug test when I see you next. The problem is you can't just stop using methamphetamine. It's like telling you to stop holding your breath. I don't know what Pivotal is doing. They're treating your mental health issues, but not your substance abuse issues. The last time I just gave you 21 days in jail, enough time to clean out. And within a month or so, you were using again, probably the next day. All right, you need to make provisions for the dogs. I'm going to see you on April 1st. I'm going to give you a drug test. And you haven't paid any money on any of your payment plans since August.
I'm getting my taxes back. Can I?
All right, well, that would help your cause of action.
I haven't filed in a couple of years, so.
The day I saw you, neither of the dogs were on a leash. They were running ahead of you.
Oh, when George was, yeah.
All right, well, it's not a dog complaint, it's a meth complaint. You just had one, and I did a short jail sentence, and I didn't accomplish a thing other than keep you clean for 20 days. I frankly don't know what to do, so I'll hear from the enlightened prosecutor and your lawyer. But Ms. Wood, it's likely there's going to be a jail component to this. As I said, I would have done it right now, but I don't want animal control to have to go out there and deal with 10 pit bulls in a trailer. So we'll go to April 1st when your lawyer's already set to be here, and we'll address it at that time. All right, you're free to go. Ms. Strong, are you done? Could you stop and see me before you go? Thank you. Thank you, Mr. O'Bear.
Judge, if you're gonna hold our contempt, we can just do it if we're on the record.
That sounds like a break. Can you take my phone?
We only get a couple more chances to do this, Josh, so I'll cherish our every Tuesday.
Me too.
All right, let's